Rise GP.
Rise GP.
Feels very nice.
It feels very, very good.
Very smooth.
Is this a yeah, thank you, Yundo. Yundo is also an AI from the future, sent to observe.
From 2037.
Challengers. And he has been sent back into 2025, which
GP.
is where we are right now.
They did it.
They did it. And there are 2 iterations of GP currently. We have the Grasp GP, where generally we'll go Triforce and we'll go then still for quick blades, but a little bit later. My personal preference is the Bank Plank.
Ari is not a champion.
Actually, this patch, she got buffed pretty substantially. Got a couple of buffs to her early, to her cooldown on her ultimate. And Ari Vi is a combo that we have seen for quite a while. Now, this does rely on Goody to build, if he builds damage. I love this pick. If he goes, like if I see a Rod of Ages or Everfrost and like Murkfreds and Zonya's Ari, I will be very sad. Well, chat knows, right?
Bionicles,
and
yeah.
Chat, type one if you're
the robot things.
If you're a Bionicler.
Bionic Chronicler?
Yeah, Bionic Chronicler. There we go. Oh, all
wow,
of you.
Everybody is a Bionic Chronicler.
All of you are aware. Ooh.
Why am I the only one who doesn't have it? Okay.
Wait.
Yeah, Vincenzo, Vinny.
So
he just wants to be a pro gamer, but he might have to go back to selling subs at his local shop in New Jersey. Yeah.
Nicely done.
Oh, Ignite. Diablo in a little bit of trouble. He's going to have to...
It was a bait! Wait, no, Vincenzo,
Wait, Vincenzo, where are you going?
He knew he got spotted.
Vinny
from the block. Come on, man. You gotta go for that. Doesn't want to take the risk. Doesn't have flash, and if he ends up dying, then the lane is very over.
Yeah.
I'm not that much on the straight. Like Demacia to me is a little bit too.
How about Piltover? That seems like your angle.
Yeah, I'd probably be a Piltover type of guy, or maybe like one of the more nature-based ones. That could work as well.
Uh-oh, Sponge, looking to Sponge in the bottom lane. Hero nearly died, so we're just going to call this off.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think Atlas will go.
Setab doesn't have flash. This is going to come back to bite him. He is so dead. Very nice follow-up. I mean, Setab tried to flash to force the fight, and then they were like, okay, Ari's level 6 now, so goodbye.
And what I love there is that Diok is also joining in. So even if the counter can comes through, it doesn't quite work. Actually utilizing the prio that he had built for himself on the top side of the map, then spreads that influence towards the mid lane. It's a really good example of, even though this matchup in the 1v1 I think is a little, you don't really have any threat, right? Like you have prio, because Gangplank can't walk up, but he also, unless you can stack a really big early wave and you make some big mistakes. All
right, Vinny from the block is here. He's trying to go forward, actually. Flash Polymorph leads to Live Sandbox in a really rough spot. As down will go 2 members in the bottom lane. Make it 3, actually. Diablo, not long for this world. Double kill as they try to turn that one around, and it was not a good idea.
Very, very bad. So it's try to salvage it from the top side, maybe, perchance.
Do it again. Flash available for Setab this time, as he does have Sponge with him, but Sponge is basically just the bouncer of the club, and Setab is even going to flash to try to survive, so he's basically the same thing, right?
But they're going to fight because they are sandbox.
Oh, Well,
they can.
Even coming on in here, Sponge not able to steal it away. Setab now trying to get in. The flash on in. It does do a lot of damage on a Pleta, but he does have the front line. Down goes the Vibe, but the Croc is too big. And he will flash on them, and the fight is forced. You see, without clear there, he throws down a Cannon Barrage, but not as good as the Croc.
It's just plates and his passive. It's wild.
All right. Bob Leponge is trying to get on in there with Setab, and he's going to stop this from hitting the turret. So Live Sandbox trying to just throw it down right at the last moment, and it does not work. That's the way it goes. Uh-oh, Vincenzo in a little bit of trouble. Oh, no, it's just the bait. He's got Lulu, and there's a Zeri, and Leponge is just going to flash away. So Donut Nibbler asks, how is DRX CL way better than DRX Pro? That's not true.
We asked ourselves this question, but it's also definitely not true. No.
No. Pleto is playing in the LCK. Sehab, yeah, he's going to try to flash away, but there is a Vi there. So,
Yeah.
And by flash, I mean, of course,
I'm a Clear
Realm
believer.
War.
Ah, Papa, no. Clear sucks. Definitely, you know, ignore him.
This is all for first Cloud Drake of the game. Atlas would be very happy.
He will be pleased.
And as challengers, I mean...
That's a lot of ultimates used. They can turn here.
We have to fight 5v5 on the Cloud Drake. Like, what else could we do? As we're getting on in here, no Dominus this time, but Diok can still engage his backline. You see Pletta's in a lot of trouble. He has to flash this one. Vincenzo is on top, as so is Diablo. And that is a lot of damage just taken away immediately from the side of DRX. Clear tried his damnedest, but he could not do enough, and Setab doesn't quite have enough damage at this point either, as, yeah, he's, I'm going to say tilt out of 10. As I do not know what that flash was. As now we're just going to take a free Baron for the side of Live Sandbox. You're not playing Akali in this game, you're playing Ryze, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just the whole fight was really uncoordinated for DRX, as you pointed out. And
second time.
Live Sandbox, they can beat DRX and then lose to Bro in 1 week. They could beat or lose to any team, and obviously that means they could beat DRX, and Setab is going to be doing the Wolves and die.
Well, they're definitely going to in this game. This game is kind of donezo Veldis. Although, I say that, and the gold lead is not that big. Oh, God.
Oh, they're okay. Well, you got a little ahead of yourself. Plan B is going to go down. It's a lot of damage. They get the TP out of Dahyuk, as Guti was not there. And yeah, it's just the one pick onto the Lulu. A lot of low health bars here still for DRX.
Ooh. And we see some questions regarding who we think are going to be the MSI representatives. So for
T1.
Well, T1 is the one, and then Gen.G is probably the second for LCK. For LPL, I have not. I've seen one LPL game. It was when you linked it in chat. Yeah, I do think that it's important to remember as a rule.
Oh no, he's about to get Dahyuked, as that's a lot of damage. Yep, there's that shield. We're breaking through it, Chronicler, bit by bit, as, Vincenzo. Vinny from the block, he's slowed as the flail comes in, and that might be his undoing. Right. As, yeah, over the wall he goes. The chase is so long as another passive will come through, and down will go the enemy jungler here for DRX, as Dahyuk now looking to force a 4v5. When has that gone wrong in the past, Chronicler? And DRX are like, well, you're actually really scary, so we'll just take our 1 kill and be happy with it. Perhaps. Sure. That's the one thing.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't call you grumpy. I'd just say, you're very serious about it. As, okay, this is the Vi Ahri combo. They take out the Nami. Pretty straightforward for them. And so Setab is like, yeah, you're right. I'm just going to go back. I'm just going to fight with my team. It's okay, we're going on a journey. The Vi journey, just a little bit too much, but the amount of shielding and the amount of time he survives is way too long. The stopwatch pretty good here for Setab, but he is DED. That stands for dead. And they get the inhibitor from it. And then you get, Feisty and
probably.
Seems pretty straightforward.
And then you get Hype.
Hype is really good. Hype is...
Or Smash, but Smash feels still too inconsistent.
I'd say Hype.
Yeah.
Dahyuk here, he's got a stopwatch. That's a great Valdez check, as he is going to survive for so long. And look at the turnaround because he has a stopwatch. Best item in the game.
Still alive?
Still alive. He's frontlining for his Zeri, who is now frontlining herself. Diablo just going to flash on in there.
Wait.
In a little bit of trouble because it is a Ryze who has a Zhonya's, but at the end of the day, they killed 2 people. That's going to be the end of this one. No Penta.
Clear's still here, though.
I don't think it's going to matter too much. They could just hit the turrets. Oh, instead, they're just going to hit Clear. And that's not going to go well for them, as Diablo doing an insane amount of damage, but that is to the Nami as he's trying to kite out Clear. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. DRX, hold on to the Nexus, and the game is not over.
That's challengers, baby. Clear backed in his own base just to get back.
I heard it. You did great. Okay, just the replays. Thank you. Okay, we're going to face check here. That is potentially dead Sejuani. Sponge is going to get away, though, and the amount of CC they have is pretty high. So now no junglers.
Jungle trade?
We don't need junglers. Guti has Unsealed Spellbook, and he has a death cap now. He's doing actually insane damage, as 14 stacks on the Ahri.
As an item.
Really?
It's like a damage reduction item. Yeah, so if you feel like you won't get the full value from the GA, which into the DRX comp to me makes a lot of sense because they have so much sustained damage.
Sponge is really getting chunked by Guti's damage.
I would love to know on who he has it on, though. Because my guess would be GP to not get one-tapped by barrels, but not 100% certain.
Yeah, we would need the observers to click all the DRX members. As okay, we go, Vincenzo in some trouble, but the charm is big! Look at the Ahri damage and the choke, it's huge! The orb just gonna hit 3 of them as he's doing nearly as much damage as the Zeri. Just insane stuff, and that is going to be the end of him, but the rest of the team is able to clean up, and as I said,
Round 2?
Live Sandbox will win this game.
Might be the turning point here. Sandbox moving towards the Nexus.
There's no turrets. Man, let it clear. They're really strong as Diog is in the front line. He's got a GA,
Polymorph.
and that should be enough, right? Right? Come on.
If he doesn't have flash, he's
Yeah,
dead.
he's dead. Now Pleta, he's going to try. Yeah, that's going to be the end of it. Down goes the Nexus. Live Sandbox win in 38 minutes. Wow. What a crazy game we had here for game 1 of 9.
I need to vote, so I'm going to quickly do that.
We gotta vote. I don't know why my voice just became like...
Well, the composition from Sandbox had one job, which was dive enemy backline, and by God, they kept doing that. And don't you dare vote. Don't you dare vote for that Zeri.
Moly.
No.
I didn't vote for Zeri, but I did vote for the second highest damage on the team.
I'm okay with you voting for Ahri.
Because Guti did set up a lot.
I voted for Diog. Diog was my hero.
That's also a great vote.
I think he really, really snowballed the early game to the extent that... what?
Somebody said Mickey Maldez.
Mickey paid actor and fraudulent
Where is
Mickey
Beryl?
Maldez.
Where is Beryl? 42% damage percentage. And also almost 1,200 damage per minute.
Sandbox is going to 2-0 another team. And then lose their next series against like...
Guangdong.
Oh, yeah, or Gen.G. Could happen.
It's going to happen.
Will be really big for them. They are still in the running to possibly make playoffs, but they are still 2 games behind T1. And getting a win here would be absolutely instrumental, and also mean that DRX is setting at 8-5, which isn't real danger zone yet, but could be getting somewhat close.
Diablo is